Hey everybody, DeLong Shot Signatures here. This is episode 42 of my 2024 TTM successes, and we have 7 returns that came in today. But before we get to those, we are going to share an eBay purchase. I've been looking for some IndyCar hero cards to add to the ones that I had from the past couple years. Really just any design that I liked, or if I knew it was like a good driver that I could, probably meet a few times at the track. And this is one that was definitely on the list that I wanted to purchase, but they didn't have any unsigned ones from what I could find. So for $10, it was worth it to just buy one that was already autographed. These were pretty hard to get. Every time I walked by, they didn't seem to have one at the garage, so I didn't get very many autographs from this guy last year. But we purchased a Ryan Hunter-Reay from 2023 with Dreyer and Reinbold Racing. The only time I really saw these was during Legends Day when they had the full field autograph session, and I didn't get in line for him because I didn't even think about it. I was trying to get Ray Hall, which I did get him, got his limited edition hero card, and then I got into another line for someone else. I think Calamai maybe. And so that was the only time I had seen those around, so that... Why am I moving it? So this is officially being added to the collection. I did buy his Ed Carpenter Racing? I think it was his Ed Carpenter Racing from after releasing Connor Daly later in the season. I bought an unsigned one to try and get that signed in person. We'll keep with the racing theme with the first 2 TTM successes that we got. First one is a NASCAR return, coming back 4 of 4 in 25 days. This is Xfinity Series driver Brennan Poole. And I thought this was going to be an RTS because I sent to the old address for Alpha Prime Racing, but it looks like whoever's there now was cool enough to forward this. So finally added all of these cards to the sets. Very nice. Then we have a former driver here. This is a 2 of 2 success in 14 days from former, mostly Busch Series driver, Curtis Markham. He raced, I think, just like a handful of races in the Cup Series. Did most of his damage in the Busch Series. Didn't have a win, but had a number of top 10 finishes. And had a few full-time seasons, and then bounced around a lot. I think he ended up doing just under 100 races in total. He did do some truck series, some ARCA, nothing spectacular there. But this was a name that popped up on Sports Card Forum. Someone's going through and getting a whole bunch of these lower series guys. So trying to add whoever I can, whenever I can, to the collection. So that's nice to get. Then we got a whole bunch of bowling successes. We have the first one who is not a Hall of Famer, but was still a good player back during his days. This is a 2 of 2. Let me move this so I can see it. A 2 of 2 success that came back in 13 days from former PBA bowler Guppy Troop, I think is how it's supposed to be pronounced. Guppy is, of course, a nickname, but he was a long-time PBA bowler, had 8 wins, was finalist 10 times, and a bunch of top 5s. He never won a major, though, so I think that's what has kept him out of the PBA Hall of Fame. He might be in another Hall of Fame. I'm just paying attention to the PBA for right now, but still cool to get him. His son is a current bowler, and I do have a TTM request out to him, so hopefully that comes back soon. Next one is a 3 of 2 success coming back in 14 days from Hall of Famer Brian Goebel. He signed both of these photos for me and then included a nice little signed note saying, "It's always great to hear from fans. I was much younger in these photos. I wish you all the best." I think it was Mitch Hedberg who said, every photo of you is a younger version of you. So just a little joke there. But he is in the Hall of Fame. He had 10 wins, was a 12-time finalist, and he won one major in his career. So that seems to kind of be what they look for Hall of Famers, is that major win. Next is a 2 of 2 success coming back in 14 days from PBA Hall of Famer Del Ballard Jr. I think he had some health issues in recent years, but he seems to be doing pretty well now, which is good to see. But he signed these in 2 different colors. Both of them work well for their respective photos, and got a much better resolution PBA card for the 4x6 than I could get for most of the other players. But he had 12 wins and won 4 majors in his career, so a very successful player. Then we have... Oh, I moved that one to the end on purpose. Then we have 2 of 2 success coming back in 7 days, so very quick return here from Hall of Famer Mike Albee, who had himself an impressive 27 wins, 92 top 5 finishes, and won 8 majors in his career. So very, very accomplished bowler. One of these guys lives in Indiana. I think maybe that was Albee. I could be confusing him with one other. But very, very successful bowler. Very happy to get him back. This guy is also in the Hall of Fame. I moved him towards the end because I was going in order by wins. But this guy made this a very cool success, so I wanted to save this one for the end. But this is a 4 of 2 success in 13 days from former PBA bowler and Hall of Famer George Papas? Not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. But found a couple of more recent photos of him via an article that was released several years ago. I believe he owns a bowling alley. A lot of these former bowlers do. And then he included this signed note, which will lead into the last item. But he wrote on the bottom of my letter of request, said, "Thank you for the kind words and autograph request. In addition to signing the photos you sent, I'm sending you an autograph photo taken in 1970, my first year on the PBA Tour. I recently found a few of the enclosed photos in a box. When they're gone, I will not reprint them, so I hope you will enjoy having it signed there at the bottom." And this is the photo that he is talking about. So this is a limited edition, pretty much, original 1970 8x10. It's very glossy photograph of his first year in the PBA Tour. And he was kind enough to pay for postage to send this back. Great autograph, fantastic player. He also had 10 wins like Brian Goebel, 50 top 5 finishes. So he was in a lot of tournaments, and he also had a major as well. So we are off to a great start with this bowling collection. There's more Hall of Famers that I've written to recently, more that I need to write to. And then I'm going to try and see what I can do as far as getting the current bowlers. I don't know if I can send via the PBA or if I'm going to have to look for home addresses for them. But really exciting start and some great successes already. Some cool extras that they have sent. So that is it for this one. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. Best luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.